Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel and I am so glad to be here again. Today what I'm going to talk about, that is something very close, or you can say what I experienced myself. Through experience I'm talking about it, and even I've seen others going through. So yeah, really excited, can't wait to share with you. I'm going to be telling you about why you should be living alone once in a lifetime. Now I get it, in some societies it might not be feasible, it might not be an option, or there's just not a trend of doing this. But trust me, if you are in your 20s or in your teenage, to be honest, it doesn't really matter which age you belong to, but if you're a kind of a person who likes to have a wish list to experience new things, this should be on your list. Trust me, you will thank me later. And here I'm going to share with you 5 reasons why you should live alone at least once in your life. The very first one is self-reliance. I cannot emphasize more on this. I mean, for me, the reason why it's on the top 1 is because it changes you inside and outside, I would say. Especially in childhood, what happens is that you always have some kind of support, whether it comes from your friends, it comes from your family, normally, yeah. But there's always activities or tasks that are taken by the other people for you. But when it comes to living alone, every minute task that didn't really mean anything before that, you have to do it, and then you realize how such small things can make a difference in your life. Let it be paying bills, let it be making food, and these are the essentials of your life that you should know how to do it. And especially if you're from a high context culture, you probably have so many things taken care of because it's more of a family system. But when you live alone, you get to understand why things are important, and you should know them. Everyone should know them. Now the second one is time management and being organized. I have seen many people struggling with this one. For me, it was not that big of a deal because I myself am very time efficient and quite adamant about time, because and it kind of be sometimes for me it really gets annoying when other people don't give that much of importance to other person's time, or being late, or just do not remember what to do. Anywho, but if you really do want to understand the importance of time and why it's the biggest resource for you, that is what you learn through living alone. Here, what happens is that you have so many small tasks to take care of, whether it can be your education, your professional life, your home. And if any one of them gets disrupted, it's going to have a multiple effect on the other tasks you have to do, even in the present or in the future, and it can be very destructive then. Yes, it can be. So you really need to be careful about, and especially being organized. By what I mean is that you should know how to prioritize your task, which one is really important, which one can be done at other point, or is it really needed or not even. You can really agree to skip some because it can be overwhelming at times, and that is okay. You should also understand giving yourself some space, giving yourself some time is also part of being organized. Not just that, you should also know that if this thing cannot be done, having a plan B can be very important. So all these tiny activities that you might take for granted, or someone else used to do that for you, now needs to be done by you, and that's going to test your patience, that's going to test how efficient you can be with the limited resources. That's going to be an art you will learn, and probably going to help you in the future, no matter where you are, no matter what circumstances get. It gives you that skill to manage yourself irrespective of what external factors are going around. Are you a person who enjoys his or her own company? Because if you are, then you're really going to love this time that you spend in your own free space. Because what happens is that when you grow in a certain society, you have external factors, you have your family. These all things condition how you think and how you perceive the notion of life. How do you look at life? But when you are living all by yourself, that's the time when you understand yourself. And that was the case, that has been the case for me too. Then you get to know what you actually like, what really makes you annoyed, how you like things to be, what makes you feel comfortable, what are the things you would rather not do. First, you might have to do, but what are the things that you're comfortable not having them at all? And these are questions really important, because as we grow, we need to understand who we are. If there are situations or circumstances, they are going to be always at some point unpredictable, uncertain, but there has to be some kind of a constant on which you can rely on, and there can be nothing better than yourself in that case. So if you really know who you are as a person, you get to know what are the things that you would like to improve about yourself. Is there anything that you want to completely change? Or is there anything that you know that no matter how hard you're gonna try, it's going to be there some way, but how do you really accept it? These are the questions that can make you sometime face your own darker side. And when you grow up as a person who is growing, you have to be more understanding and more aware of yourself too. So that is why you should really consider doing it. And the fourth one is your hobbies. You actually do what you like. And I mean, that's important. That should be very big part of your life. It can be as simple as having a cup of tea or coffee while reading your book. It can be watching a movie just to relax, or going for bicycling, hiking, I don't know, whatever you like, but just get some time for yourself, because at this point maybe you have the chance to experience things that you have never done before, in comparison to future where you would have rather more responsibilities and less of a luxury to try out things, just to explore or just to try new things. That can be very different, because that's how every phase of life works. If there's a chance to try it, do not let it go, because chances do not come that easy. Last one, and this is something very interesting, that was unexpected for me as well. So that is actually appreciating the togetherness. This only comes to you after you live alone, after you go through phases by yourself. Now, all those people who are thinking, okay, this sounds amazing, this sounds perfect, and we should live by ourselves all the time in the life. I mean, that is your choice, but what I really understand through this experience is that you get to understand how important the role other play in your life are. Because it's not going to be just always a happy moment where you're living alone. There will be times when you will understand that people have been doing things for you without you asking them. And it's not because they should be doing them or they're supposed to do them. It's out of love that they do it for you. And they are not bound to do it, but still they do. And this is how it should be. You understand that why a sense of togetherness there should be there. And at some point, if you want to live with a family or if you are looking for a partner to be with, you should know the right reasons to be with someone, and not just because merely you are bored or you don't know who you actually are. If that's the case, it's going to backfire. Understand that what it means to be there for someone and someone being there for you, and that's how it should be. You can never ignore the importance of other people in your life, and then prioritize again who means what to you and why they should be in your life. Not everyone deserves the same amount of attention from you. You cannot give it to everybody, that is impossible. So just be mindful of who you let in your life, and make sure that you understand and equally appreciate the other person as well, as much as they are doing to you. So guys, I really hope that you got some really good insights about my experience, as well as now have an understanding why you should actually have this experience, I would say ideally in your 20s. So this will really be interesting for you, and I would be really curious to know if you have anything more to share with me. If there has been any personal experience that you went through, do let me know and do share in the comments. Thank you guys for watching the video, and do not forget to subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon, because only then you get to know about the new videos that I will be uploading soon. So have a really good day, take care of yourself, and lots of love.